New Orleans Breakers, it was announced this past month, the USFL announced that New Orleans Breakers head coach Larry Fedora will be stepping down from his position and away from football altogether. Well, at least for the time being. The USFL Comms Twitter posted this, quote, "We will miss Coach Fedora and we are grateful for his enormous contributions to help set up the New Orleans Breakers and the entire USFL for a long-term success," said Daryl Johnson, Executive Vice President of Football Operations. The USFL Comms, this was kind of the first time we've ever seen them kind of put anything out there. The USFL today announced that 7 of its 8 head coaches are returning for Season 2. The New Orleans Breakers coach Larry Fedora is stepping away from football to spend more time with his family. He will stay until the USFL completes its search for his replacement. This is from Coach Fedora, quote, "The USFL is a great professional league, and it was an awesome experience to be part of the history-making inaugural season with talented players and coaches who are getting well-deserved opportunities to showcase their abilities. We proved the USFL is here to stay. I'm proud that we coached the Breakers to the 2022 playoffs and that we started something special for New Orleans fans." That's from Coach Larry Fedora. But one of the guys that I was really liked a lot in this league. This comes as a shock to many as the Breakers played well in 2022 under Coach Fedora, finishing second in their division, posting a 6-2 record, and even making the playoffs. However, his reasoning, which he laid out in the release, is understandable. He just decided to be with his family. While Fedora is stepping away, he hasn't completely ruled out a return if the opportunity arises once teams are no longer in the hub/hubs, stating, quote, "I love coaching and I will certainly be open to a USFL return at some point in the future once all teams get settled in their home cities." To me, that was the most interesting part. I love coaching until once all teams get settled into their home cities. Of course, the rumor is that maybe Philadelphia, the USFL might add another hub city. Interesting that he would put that piece in there, putting it out there for, that he would return if they would have their home cities. So that's just kind of a little nugget to kind of keep in mind. Now, ultimately, all teams playing in a hub city does have its negatives, and while the season was successful, there's still a lot of work to be done before teams are all situated in their home cities. Remember, the USFL is basically, this is an incubator league with a long-term goal of basically survival versus, something like the XFL, which is dropping tons of money and hiring tons of people. The Fox is trying to do it kind of on a slow growth thing. Fedora not wanting to move his family to Birmingham or another potential hub city is perfectly understandable, though, with the success he and his staff had in their first season together. Hopefully the USFL keeps the door open for eventual return. I didn't think they had to spend too much time in the hub city, but that's kind of where it's at. So the USFL Breakers remembering Coach Fedora's one of memorable moments. USFL President of Football Operations Brian Wood and USFL Executive Vice President of Football Operations Dara Moose Johnson have begun the search for Fedora's replacement. However, until a replacement is found, Fedora will remain in the position we talked about. We will miss Coach Fedora. This is what Johnson said, and we want to grateful his opportunities to help set up the New Orleans Breakers and the entire USFL for long-term success. All of our head coaches helped us complete an extraordinarily successful inaugural spring football season, and we're excited that 7 are returning for Season 2. We look forward to providing fans more high-quality competitive football starting again in April of 2023. Now, the head coaches making a return for the USFL in the 2023 season are Bart Andrus, the Philadelphia Stars, Jeff Fisher, Michigan Panthers, Todd Haley, Tampa Bay Bandits, Skip Holtz, champion Skip Holtz with Birmingham Stallions. Got a chance to meet them when I was there. Mike Riley, New Jersey Generals, Kevin Sumlin, Houston Gamblers, and Kirby Wilson, the Pittsburgh Maulers. So all 7 coaches are returning. We will find out at some point who the new coach for the New Orleans Breakers will be. I would assume that's probably in the next couple months as they need to build up for the season in 2023.